I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Marrow-Bey front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Marrow-Bey front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trunks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European, I'm a babe. And looking at women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher, I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Marrow-Bey front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Marrow-Bey front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler, this era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every mo that rockin' fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for dough. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you killing, fighting, marry out of your race. If you ain't for Moore's world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the Moore's world, come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Marrow-Bey front line till the law call my number.
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me, Mr. Wilson?
Yes,
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so we don't have no viewers right now, but I'm pretty sure people will come back and look at this. I have to set my tripled up account. I usually have it to where it can share on I can multicast. But right now I have to figure it out. I mean, I've been running around doing all kind of stuff, so I have to figure it out how to simulcast. But right now we're live on YouTube, so everybody's gonna hear your message when it comes down to it. Right now, we just don't have any viewers.
So it's not on Facebook. It's not on Facebook.
No, this is on YouTube right now.
Okay,
this is on YouTube, but it will. I will share it. And I'm pretty sure you'll share it as well on your platform.
Yeah, of course.
And I'll definitely share it on my Facebook platform and on my Instagram platform. But until then, let's keep it live and let's keep it 100 for our for the viewers to come. All right. So
okay.
So you have your master's in business administration with a minor in project management. You've been in the contracting field since 2011. Wow, that is very, very, very big, man. You know, to be into contracts that long and being into the field that you're in right now. You started working into contracts for the government.
Correct.
And you did that for 3 or 4 years. You did some private industry work for some companies that were trying to get governmental contracts. From there, you went to a bigger county. You did the same thing for them, and after you left the county, you end up going to the federal. You're going into federal contracts again, and you've been doing that from that point since 2016. So from 2011, and 2016 up till now, you've been working, you've been dealing in government contracts. You worked with contracts across the world, Middle East, South America, Europe, Africa, with high value contracts exceeding $1 billion. That is big.
Right.
That is huge, man. I don't think a lot of people.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on your accomplishments, man, and what you've done in the field that you're in. A lot of people don't use contracts when it comes to these dogs, when it comes to studs, when it comes to puppy sales, when it comes to co-ownership. That's the number one thing I see in this dog community is co-ownerships. Before we go into that, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the people about yourself, sir.
Man, I think you pretty much said most I could say. A lot of my experience comes from the contracting world. When it comes to this bully game, I just got my first bully last year in November, and since then, of course, I've gotten puppies, had contracts with people, and also booked a few studs and seen those contracts. And then I'm just going in the board, seeing how people talk about the issues that they run into because of contracts, or the issues that they run into because of lack of a contract. And then, I just kind of put a filler out there one day. It was like, who would like this knowledge? Because, a lot of people kind of carry things like, I can figure it out on my own. I don't need no assistance. Even when you offer people help, sometimes they feel like it's a slight, as you saying that they can't accomplish something. So, instead of me just saying I can do this, I just put a filler out there like, who want free knowledge? Because I really felt like that was something that was missing on that business side. Because this is a business, whether people want to consider it a hobby or not. The moment that money changes hands, it's no longer a hobby. And then once the money changes hands, we're talking about a business now. So I've seen a lack of better words, I seen that professionalism missing on the contract side.
Right, definitely. Definitely. I've also seen it as well. And I remember my first encounter with somebody that was that was professional, and they wanted a contract from with Shots Fired, and I was like, sure. And it was like, do you have a contract? And I was like
I can make one.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw one up real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I started, drawing one up, writing one up, and sent it to them. And they said, sir, I'm a pass. I love your dog, but I'm a pass because my lawyer advised me not to sign that contract. I mean, and I think it was I think it was some cap in it too, because it was very simple. Because a contract, some people, when they think about contracts, they think about all of these elegant words, these words that are, that the court uses, or that are in contracts, that to confuse people or so.
I lost you for a second there. I lost you. You're muted. Your mic's on mute. You're muted. Still on mute. Your mic's off.
My bad. Yeah, I got it. My bad. Flailing my arms all around.
The last thing I heard you saying, you were kind of talking about the guy the cap that was in his statement.
Right. So I mean, some people that there's two levels to it. And you can correct this.
Can I ask you a question before we get deep into it?
Go ahead.
Can you send me this link so I can blast it out to my Facebook group so that they can get to your YouTube page?
Hold up. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Hold on. Let me send it. I'm gonna send it to your messenger right now.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
All right, I'll wait
for
another one.
Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna send it to you
Okay.
from my phone. I did it through my phone, so I got you.
Not a problem. I just want to blast it out because a few people were saying
for
that
sure.
they
I
want
got
the
you.
information.
Boom. There it is right now. I just sent it to you. So like I was saying, I was speaking to this I believe he was a professional because when I looked at his page, you know, he had all kind of construction equipment, you know, bulldozers. He had the front loaders. You know, he had these this equipment that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I knew, you know, he was privy to, you know, some of the business lingo and contracts and all of that stuff. I knew he was. So when he seen what I sent him, it basically was a verbal agreement between two men that this was going to happen. And he went on about this. He showed his lawyer, and his lawyer said he shouldn't sign it. It was a real simple contract. It wasn't nothing, you know, out of, you know. So I you know, it can go both ways. Some people want those contracts that sound very professional, and some contracts are basically a handshake written between two men that's written down and placed on a paper, and they're two signatures, and they're basically the same thing. They're not.
No.
Please explain.
No. So I don't believe in handshakes in business. It just don't work no more. I believe you put it down in paper.
That's what I'm saying. I versus a handshake. What I'm saying is a handshake.
Yeah.
But it's on paper though. We agreed on verbally. We've just putting it down right here. You know, It doesn't have to be with the lawyer. And we can basically, I can email it to you, I can fax it to you, I can do that and this, and we can whatever.
Yeah.
But it's down on paper right there.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you touch all the bases, man, the contract can be 5 sentences long. If you have what's important in there, there's no correct jargon, no correct lingo, no correct length. 5 pages, 10 pages, 50 pages. None of that matters. Do we have what we need to consider this a legal contract? That's the most important part.
Does both parties agree on what's laid in front of us? What's in the plate in front of us?
Yeah. So whenever I go through a contract, and I feel like this is on both sides of the party, what you want to keep in mind is, are you okay with the worst of the worst happening in this contract? Because you always got to consider that the worst will happen. And if that's 2 pups is considered a litter, are you okay with 2 pups being a litter? Because chances are your bitch might throw 2 pups. And if you signed it, you agreed to that. I don't like the 2 pups being a litter thing, but it's not my stud. It's not my thing. So most people ask a person, are you drop dead on this being considered a litter? If not, can we change it? I think 3's a litter. Can we change that? If they say no, you still like the stud, move forward. Live with having 2 pups. But if you don't like that and you sign for it and you get 2 pups, it's too late to come back in the future saying, what's 2 pups? And I got a pup back deal with this guy and I kept 1. Now I don't get to sell any pups. You agreed to 2 being a litter. So ask yourself, are you okay with the worst of the worst happening? If this person said this contract expires in 2 years, can you live with it? You know that you got 4 studs lined up and this guy is your 4th stud. What if your bitch misses a heat or she doesn't take and you got to push your plans back another 6 months? That 1 stud you locked in 2 years ago, your lock-in money is now null and void because the worst of the worst happened and 2 years has passed. So those are some of the things I ask people, like, when does your stud contract expire? Because I need to know, because I'm booking out studs a year in advance. And most times when I have a bitch in the pedigree line up, the dog fits what I'm looking for, Geno, Pheno, I'll lock that dog in knowing that I already got 2 breedings for my bitch. I'm like, oh, that's my 3rd breeding for her. But when I'm doing something like that, when does this contract expire? When do you say you can't use my stud anymore? Because some people have that. Some people, you give me the $500, which is normal lock-in fee. I want that $1,500, $2,000, whatever the extras is. I'm expecting to get that in, a certain amount of time. If not, back to the drawing boards. another contract. So if the worst of the worst happens, can you live with it? And
Right.
if you can't live, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you can't live with the worst happening in that contract, I don't think you should sign the contract. I don't think you should sign the agreement. Or I always feel like all contracts are open to negotiations. Like, I don't think any contract is final. So, you know, once you see it, you literally just reach out to a person and say, hey, what's up with, you know, what you said right here? Can we do something about that? And that don't mean change your whole contract. Just change it for that one individual who seemed to have an issue with it.
Right. I've speaking on that speaking on that the litter count, I've had people ask me if I could change that in my contracts, because what I actually did is what I actually got with my homeboy. And what we did was got with a lawyer, and we got basically a contract package. So it has everything in
You
it.
can pull from it.
It has everything in it from stud contract. It has from stud contract, co-ownership, puppy, payment plans. It has it has charts in there for the vet visits, checking off what has been done, hasn't been done. It has
on the puppy side.
Yes, it has
Gotcha.
it has the puppy package for the vet, so you can print that up and have it for the vet. You just fold it up so you can have it for the client that you sell the pups to and send it off.
That sounds dope.
There's a calendar. I actually sell it, you know, so you know, people that are interested in that puppy contract package, you know, I actually, you know, have it available for them, because I want everybody to, and be honest with you, I sell it for cheaper than what I actually bought it for, because you know, I want everybody else to have that that protection, you know. And what I encounter too is when you have a stud that's kind of out there, is that people won't even look at the contracts. You know, they see, oh, shots fired. I sent the contract to you, and I'm like, hold up. There's no way you read over that contract that fast. I mean, it was only 30 minutes, and I advise people to take at least a day or two to read over the contract before you sign it and send me your money, because I tell them as well. Before, I used to say, listen, our conversation is a contract as well. Like our conversation on Messenger, I can use this in court against you if anything, you know, is said. If anything is missing on his contract, and say, well, Your Honor, it's not on his contract. Well, Your Honor, it's on our conversation right here. We spoke about this. He agreed to that. You know, so people don't understand that what you type down, which, you know, as well, it can also be
You're
held,
right.
You can also be held to that.
Right. Yeah. When it comes to like litigation and stuff like that, I am not a lawyer. I don't claim to be one. So I don't speak too much on like what happens in the courtroom of the contracts. I can talk, you know, firmly about what you do before you get there and how to avoid getting there. And if you're going to go there, how to set yourself up, you know, the best way you can on your way to the courts. Right. But once you get behind those legal proceedings, bro, that's out of my element. I'll be honest with you there.
Well, I know a little bit about legal proceedings. I've helped people in court actually go to court with them and you know, and help them before, you know, I got into I wouldn't say before I got into the dog, before I got as serious into the dog game. You know, I was you know, I'm still part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, but I was on before I got into the Moorish Science Temple of America, I was doing this it's foolishness now, but it's as when I look back at it, is sovereign citizen.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Going on. I was deep into that, you know, about how you contract with the government, you know, with your name,
right,
and
like,
all of this
as
stuff,
far as
and
the
how
nation.
I dove deep into that. I've actually helped people beat court cases, you know, you know, with with the help. You know, all it takes is research, man, because everything is
Yeah,
right
true.
there for you. You know what I'm
True.
saying? They let you know
True.
procedure, they let you know law, they let you know how to be a lawyer, they let you know how to pro se right there on the internet. So I mean,
Yes.
it's not hard. It just takes a lot of studying and due diligence because it's a lot of Latin that you're dealing with, a lot of Latin terms. Just as in contracts, it's a lot of Latin terms that are in contracts that you have to know. You have to know a lot about
Like quid pro quo, this for
quid
that,
pro
you
quo.
know.
Right. Right.
That, you know, you get that's basically what a contract is. Quid pro quo. I give you this for that. That's what it boils down to.
Can you tell us any hot situations that you've been in that contractors gotten you out of?
Hot situations.
Mm-hmm. Like
Usually,
if I didn't have this contract right here, I would have got played. Or seen it happen to somebody, because I know you're smart. You're on top of your shit.
the easiest thing is renting the house, having leasing agreements, and you know, I used to rent to a couple of college kids, and at the same time, I was working on starting a company, and it got to the point where the company moved a lot faster than I expected, and the house had something to do with the company. I needed them off the premises, and you know, I basically was like, "Hey, man, you guys got 30 days and I need to be here," you know. And granted, the contract that they had signed was for the next year, but it also said, you know, they have the right, just like I do, to give me a 30-day notice with no punishment, no recourse, saying that they're going to get out of the contract. That's the easiest thing that I can think of. So, you know, it came to that situation. I pretty much gave those guys a 30-day notice. And, you know, I was like, hey, you guys got 30. I feel sorry for the situation. I'll give you 60. If we want to push the issue, then I'm just going to enforce the contract. We'll make it 30.
Right.
So, you know, that's the easiest one that I can name off the top of my head. I don't usually do too much business outside of federal contracts where I have to do contracts myself, unless it's with a business partner or something like that. But, you know, most of the time, if that's serious, I don't even do it myself. I can tell the
so when you go looking for a stud and the stud owner does not have a contract, even when you ask, how serious do you take that owner?
I don't discredit him.
Some people don't even know. Some people don't know.
Yeah, I don't discredit the stud owner because I try not to get the people mixed up with the dog. Like, I don't have to like him. I like his dog. And, you know, and I tell people, like, let me write you a contract. It's not that serious. You don't have to pay me. You know, I got contracts. I send it to you. You know, just change my name for your name. Change my stud for your stud. And, you know, your contract's going to change from dame to dame. But no, I try not to belittle the person or think less of them because they don't have a contract. I try to look at their situation. How long have you been in the game? You could have been in the game for 10 years, but this could be your first time having a popping stud. So now, where you might have a puppy contract, this is your first time coming into the arena where you got to formulate a stud contract. So, you know, I don't knock anybody for not having it. But if they don't, I mean, we can't do business without one. I tell you that. I'll let them know, like, yeah, I'm gonna need a contract if we're gonna go forward. And if you can't give me a contract, I don't think no stud is bigger than a contract.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people who didn't use contracts when I first came into this dog game. It's starting to become a norm now, where people are starting to use contracts. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't a businessman in a sense. As for contracts, I was a businessman on the streets. You know, where we didn't need the contract was actually written. It was
in blood,
actually. Yeah, I wasn't going to say in blood, but I would say there's a lot of unwritten rules.
Right, you knew the repercussions to breaking the contract.
You definitely knew the repercussions.
Yeah, it's a lot heavier than the courtroom.
It's a lot heavier.
Yeah, those are the I know where you live at contracts.
coming from that kind of world, I was kind of, I used to think that the written contracts were kind of set up in a little bougie, I guess you would say. It was like, man, I ain't writing no, man, fuck a contract, man. But that is the wrong way to think, man, because
when did you get in? How long you been in? Just to see like how fast things have changed. So
6 years.
It's changed that fast in 6 years. My brother, he's dealt with pit bulls since the early 2000s when they used to buy them out of magazines and catalogs and trading posts. So, to think how fast things have gone, the exposure you have to so many more people. Now the opportunity for scammers is the same. We're not the only people getting exposed to each other. Scammers see money's being traded. Oh, this is a way in. People aren't even meeting people anymore. He's never even seen a stud. He's never met Joel in person. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But I have met you in person.
You know how many times I've seen my profile, my picture, somebody hit me up on Messenger. Yo, this dude got everything about you, and he's not you. He got your name. You don't have your name. But he's scamming people. He's saying that, and it's crazy. I hit Facebook up and they said that those people aren't violating the policies. And I'm like, hold on, this person's acting like me.
Yeah,
and they're not violating the policy
and getting paid from it.
And I couldn't understand it. I reported his page, and it's like, okay, so the legal way ain't happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But
I had a stud. There's a stud that I like a lot, and I wanted to use him. And the word was that business was a little shaky with the person, right?
I think I might know who you're talking about. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing.
And
we'll talk afterwards.
I really like the stud though, and I didn't care. I was determined to use him because I'm not in this game for people. I'm in the game for dogs. But you know what I mean? If I got to go through this, I feel like I got to know how to maneuver whatever shakiness that he got going on. So this is the only time I've done this, and I would do it again. I asked the guy upon the contract, I said, with the contract, you need to furnish me your state license or your driver's license. I need your address. Like, I literally need to know who you are and where you live if it gets there, because to get to that point where you live and where I live, it might be hard for me to get you in court. It's not easy to get somebody in court either.
No,
so it might be hard. And then, it's going to come to a situation where, a flight to you is a lot cheaper than me trying to get you into court. So, I need you to give me your ID if you really want, to do this business. And if you don't, then I feel like your intention's not right anyway.
Right.
And I got the ID, man, and I locked the stud in.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad it worked out for you, man. There's a couple of people.
It's still up in the air. I haven't used them yet, but I'm gonna proceed with business.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in this game, man, that are scam artists, man. I mean, just in anything that you do, there's so many scammers, man. I mean, from these people calling your phone saying that they're that you have a iPhone and all that crazy stuff, man. I mean, this these people got balls, man, to come out and do some crazy stuff like that.
Man, the phone number be looking like your number. You be like, damn, this number like one digit off from mine. Let me see who this is.
Yo, one time I thought it was my wife calling me, man. I think it was like a couple of numbers off, and I heard an Indian person. I'm like, who the fuck is this, man?
Look at the number again. Like, I know you don't live in this city, man. How did you get?
I was born and raised in Baltimore.
Me too, bro. Me too. And I was born and raised in Bangladesh. What's up?
You do not have a Bangladesh accent. This is a Brooklyn accent. This is Brooklyn. You remember 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yes. Yeah.
This is a Brooklyn accent, motherfucker. This is Brooklyn.
Yeah, you do that pretty good, bro.
So I when I seen, hold on one second.
Take your time, man.
Yeah, for sure. when I seen that post that you made, you know how some people come and go in your, when you're in this dog game. All right. Well, have you played sports at a high level? Have you played any kind of sports at a very high level? Have you done anything like
semi-pro?
You played semi-pro football?
Yeah, that was the highest level.
I did too. I was one of the in the NEFL, maybe like years ago. I was one of the top defensive ends in the nation.
That's a high level.
So I'm like, I don't know if you've seen it or like everything I've done. Sports, mixed martial arts. I've done Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I've done Muay Thai. I've done Krav Maga. I've done boxing, and I've done a little bit of judo, a little bit of Japanese jiu-jitsu. I was a personal trainer for like 6 years. So when you're a personal trainer, you look to get into stuff. I was a yoga instructor. So
you were just ready. You were ready for full contact, basically.
Basically, I was ready for whatever. I don't like to brag about it. You know what I'm saying? My homeboys used to call me a walking weapon. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Krav Maga. The Krav Maga.
That's like the self-defense, right? The one where they what is it, like a Middle Eastern style? They teach women that Jewish, a lot. It's easy for women to pick up, right?
Right. It's I don't want to say Jewish. It's Israeli. Sorry, it's an Israeli.
There we go. Yeah,
it's an Israeli military form of fighting, and I
learned very close hand combat.
Right, it's everything. It's nice. It's disarming guns. Do you remember that in what's that movie with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Do you remember when he pulled the gun off the front pulled the top piece off of the gun?
Yeah.
They teach you that shit in Krav Maga. They teach you how to grab the top of the chamber, the top of the gun, and hold it. But they train you to aim the barrel to somewhere that's not lethal on your body, that where it won't kill you.
I still don't want to try. No,
so especially with knives, they teach you where to get stabbed at, where's the proper place to get cut, prepare to get cut. It trains you to keep that fear out of your head and to get after what you need to get after.
Right. Yeah. When you in those situations,
around and being scared,
or just panicking and just not having a clear head. But I don't want to go off the train and make you lose your thought. You were saying playing something at a high level.
So I've done a lot of things at a high level, and when you meet people in between that, right, like going from sparring to sparring or going from show to show, whatever it is. People become blurs to you. You understand what I'm saying? Like people.
Oh, when you're doing a lot of it.
Yeah, you can meet this person, and some people think that you're giving them tongue service, but you're really not. You're really trying to be polite, but it's so much going on in your world right now. They don't understand that.
Right.
Yeah, you're kind of a ghost right now, buddy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I've done this to you. I don't know if I've done this to other people. Straight up, I felt like a jerk. Yo, you remember me from this show?
Oh yeah, you definitely did that to me. But it wasn't like that. I just I hit you up like, yo, I'm trying to lock in the dog. Like, yo, we met at the show, and I put hands on him. Let's go. But I take no offense to it. You're in there that day. You had arguably number 1 or number 2 dog that was in the building that day. That was in Virginia. Napalm was there. So you know what I mean? Depending on the judge, dog, you're gonna meet people. You're gonna shake hands. That's just a part of having a top dog. People gonna come up to you. People want to touch your dog.
People take offense to that. Do you have any contracts for people that take offense to that shit so they can't take offense no more? Be like, listen, you got to sign this.
No, right? Man, you gotta level up, level up, level up. Now, become something.
it's not that, you know, I don't try to be an asshole. I just brought that, you know, because I don't try to be an asshole with people when that happens, you know. It's just like you know, a lot of stuff goes on in my world, man. I never expected this to happen. You know, contracts and having to do contracts, people fucking, I'm seeing my face on somebody scamming, like, what the hell is this? So people will tell me, yo, you made it. And I don't relate to that. Like,
right.
You know, just because that causes somebody
it's a humble nature.
You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to that shit, man. But what I do love is that when I seen that post that you made about the contracts, man, I was like, man, this brother is selfless. You know, to offer something that is so important to this game. What you were giving was water to the thirsty, and when they don't even understand it, you know, because nobody really responded to that post. It was insane.
But I you know, I was like, yo, I'm not taking it down. I'm gonna put it up, you know, just because people don't come today, tomorrow, you know, I'm gonna leave the mail there.
So I'll leave the mail out. Contact you besides myself?
I had a few people that you know saw the post and was like, "Can you tag me in it whenever you do go live?" But no. It was slim to none. But
I'm not going live, man. Yo, let me hit you up. I'm about to hit you up on video chat right now, bro. I ought to hit you up. I have notebook, you know what I'm saying, pen, everything. I'd have been ready.
I had a conversation with my brother, and he was kind of like, "Why you doing that?" And you know, and I told him, I was like, dude, everybody, nobody came into this game as a primary profession. And I was like, everybody in this bully game had something that they did that fed their kids before they came in here. And if everybody offered that up, bro, I think that we can survive as a community as a whole. And I was telling my brother, like, bro, you got a lot of experience with construction. Bro, you can teach people how to make a doghouse for the $12. So why don't you teach people how to do that? One of my other buddies
your brother's in the dog game too?
Yeah, he's always been in. He's been in Game Dogs. I actually lured him over here.
What's your brother's name?
His name is Quinn Wilson.
Shout out to Quinn Wilson.
Yeah,
man.
Shout out to my brother. Wilson.
What's his kennel name?
Different Cloth Bullies.
Hey man, hey, shout out to Different Cloth Bullies, Mr. Ray Wilson, man, his brother.
Appreciate
man,
it.
I'd like to, man, I appreciate you, man, you know, because you took your time. You're taking your valuable time, because your time is valuable. Time is, you can't get that shit back.
True.
So if you waste it, it's fucking aggravating when you waste your time. So I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank you for taking your time right now and dropping these gems. So when a person first writes out a contract, what's the most important things that they want to look into, or they want to take into account before they draw up that contract?
What are you offering? What are you offering?
Let's say a co-ownership, since that is the main.
Man, let me sit up.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, brother. Let's dive into it.
A co-ownership would probably be the toughest contract that you can write in this game. Not because of its any different verbiage. None of that. Just because the how many different branches that come from a co-ownership. So you would have to cover every branch. And then it's going to be different. Are you co-owning a male versus are you co-owning a female?
What do you do? Split litter? How many stud credits? All of that.
Right.
Right there.
How you going to handle it if it's an odd number? Who gets puppy number 5? So
the stud that we use, who gets to pick the first stud? Like who has Is the stud gonna live with me? Am I 100% feeding the dog? Or, you know, because if I'm feeding him, I don't feel like we in this thing 50-50. Am I buying my way into the stud? You own him, you're gonna sell me, I guess, a share of the dog for 50%. So I gotta pay you 50%. I half own him. You got him in your house. Do I need to send you money every month? Or are you taking them to shows? Do I help you put up show money? Do I help you put up travel money, hotel money? Because all of these things you're doing is increasing the stock of the stud, and I'm reaping the reward, but none of the risk. So co-owns, man, those are hard. Like I would say, you got to sit down
when you write a co-own and you got to go through first thing first for me, what are my worst case scenarios? And unfortunately, I just dealt with a death. What happens when your dog dies? Like,
That's a
is
hard
that
one.
contract null and void? Exactly. Is the contract null and void, or do I still owe you something? Are you taking care of the vet expenses?
So
like, where do we go?
Something recently happened to me, and the person might see this. I don't care, I'm not saying the name or anything like that, but I will say the situation that happened. So I co-owned a dog out, and the agreement was when this female comes in the heat, we're gonna breed this dog to so and so.
Right.
So the female came in the heat.
Okay.
And since I thought the person was a friend, it was like nah, I don't want to breed her no more. I don't want to breed her.
You don't, or they don't?
They didn't. I don't want to breed her no more.
They physically had the dog?
Yeah, they got the dog.
And y'all went into an agreement based on this breeding?
Yes.
Or did you go into an agreement first and then
it was
decide
just a handshake? It was a handshake. It was a handshake.
But was the handshake saying, we're going to breed this dog?
Yes, and we're going to breed it to this certain dog.
All right, continue. I'm going to get all the things in order.
So it didn't happen. So I don't want to drag the person through the mud. So I was just like, you know what? I didn't do a contract. I paid for this shit. That's my fault for not doing that. So now I'm going to just wash my hands of this person. I'll never do business with this person again. I'll never co-own to this person again. If somebody asks me if these people are good for a co-own, I'm going to tell them my experience and what I went through with this co-ownership.
So did you buy your way into the co-own?
No, I bred the dog. I produced her.
Oh, so you basically homed this dog with the co-own agreement?
Yeah. Nah, the person wanted this dog.
Get it back.
Nah, it's
no. I know. I'm saying like that would be like
it's not even. I hear you. I've had a couple of my people.
Yeah, no, I don't really mean get the dog back, but like that's basically you failed to meet your obligation.
The person's not saying, yo, you can't breed a dog, period. They even told me to get the dog. Yeah, you want to breed her, you're gonna have to get her, do the breeding.
That's still in the way, though. That's not what we agreed upon.
It's not, and it's aggravating, man. That's why I said, okay, next time I do this, I'm gonna have a contract that I'm gonna go through with a fine tooth comb. Mm-hmm. That I'm gonna have them read over. I'm gonna give them a week. I'm gonna say, look, take this to a lawyer, read over it if you have to. Take it to somebody that's privy on law, on contracts. Take this to because everybody that's privy on law is not privy on contract. Take this somebody
and vice versa.
Take this somebody that understands contract law, and read this over because I'm taking this serious.
Co-owns are the I think they're amazing tools, man. I think they're amazing tools when like
it's in the right person with the right person.
They are powerful.
Keep speaking, brother. I'll be right back.
For sure. Yeah, all right. People out there, co-owns are powerful in my mind, especially if the contract is written up correctly and both parties follow through on their end and do what they're supposed to do. I feel like a co-own can take you from obscurity into a yard that has direction, or get you a stud that's actually out there if it's the right co-own. So, man, people really got to stop taking advantage of other people in these co-own situations. I see the most issues come up. The most contract issues and the most contract disputes that I see in the bully game are based around co-owns. Not puppies, not studs, co-owns. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but what I was basically saying is I feel like the biggest issues in the bully game are based on co-owns where people don't get along. I feel like is the most like boom, boom, bang, bang, bang.
It is.
And I don't get it, man. You can really come up off a co-own. I wish when I came in the game, somebody presented me a ridiculous co-own that I couldn't refuse. All I had to do was home a dog and do a breeding for you. That I will. You don't owe me nothing. I'll do it all. I'll even pay for the stud. We split the litter. You know, it's a great opportunity, man.
My co-ownerships. I feel like since I feel like I do upper tier breedings, that if I'm doing a co-ownership, I'm gonna ask for 50% of the money. Once you get 50% of the money, once I get 50% of the money, then we work on the stud. Like, let's agree on the stud, but I'm gonna pick the stud. But we both have to agree on the stud. You know what I'm saying? So if you're like, I really don't like that stud, I say, okay, let's. This is a business partnership, basically. Yeah. So let's figure out something else that we both can agree on.
You got about a year and a half to figure it out.
Let's see. Let's see if this something that we can agree on. It doesn't have to be in concrete because, just like you said, it's a year and a half, or it might be a little bit longer till I breed this dog, and there might be a stud that comes up in the next 8-9 months. That way I'm saying, you know what? Hey, you seen that dog? Yeah, I've seen that dog.
That's the one.
Yeah, so that's the one. I bet. All right, so that's what I like doing, but I'm not paying for half of anything. That's just me. I feel like if I feel like, okay, we're gonna split the money on this, right? If I didn't give you this dog, if I didn't first off, I bless you with a dog 50%, and I could have sold this dog, period. So we're both kind of helping each other out. I'm helping you come up.
All right, so that's when you get into the co-own. That's where implied value kind of gets people in a situation where you may see your value to the co-own as higher than what the other person brings to the table. So even though you're in a co-own, you still feel like this person kind of owes you some type of value to match where you're at. And the person that's probably coming in the co-own probably feels that their value is higher than you see theirs, because if I go into a co-own and I pay 50% for a co-own, then I'm expecting everything to be 50% between the both of us, because
I'm not selling you. If I'm selling you the dog, I could have sold you. All right, so the dog's 8,000, right? This is my top pick female, not no second pick female.
And you sell it for 4.
I could keep it in my house. Nah,
right.
I'm gonna sell it to you for 3.
Okay,
I'm gonna sell it to you for $3,000. I'm asking for her first litter to be a split litter, and then I'm gonna sign this bitch right over to you.
So, all right, so let's just don't take none of this personal. Let's just look at this from a outside looking in. You give somebody a dog for $3,000, and you go into a co-own, and you're gonna do a high value breeding, which means that the puppies that you're gonna make is probably gonna be of at least equal value. So we're still looking at $8,000 puppies again, and you're gonna split the litter. The guy gave you 3. You split a litter of 8. Now you got 4 dogs, and you want 6,000 times 4. Let's say, for instance, the dogs are $6,000. You split a litter. You got what's 6 times 4, $24,000 on top of the 3 that they gave you, and they paid for the stud. Do you not think the value that you are getting out of that co-own is far greater than that other person?
It is, and that's
why though.
That's the.
I don't think that's fair.
Because I should just give it to him. I should just give him the dog. So if I'm splitting the first litter, right? If I'm splitting the first litter with that person, right, and I said, okay, after you. This is how it usually goes. It's a split litter.
The usual is an issue, though.
It's a split litter, and then it's the second pick after that.
That's too much. That's too much.
But that's how that's for you. That's too much. But this is how it usually goes.
Everybody has value. Everybody has their own implied value.
This is how it usually goes. So so if you're going in to buy a car, right, and you're buying a car with not at full value. You're buying it at a certain amount that you and the car dealership agree on. There's gonna be there's going to be interest on that car. If you do a house, there's going to be interest on that house. And what basically that's the same thing with this co-ownership. If I didn't trust you with this dog that you couldn't afford probably in the first place, you know what I'm saying?
So if you look at it like that, then you're not co-owning with me. I'm giving you a down payment, and you're collecting interest. That's not a co-own to me.
Well, isn't a co-own sort of like a down payment anyway? Isn't it sort of like a down payment anyway? It's like you can't, as a person,
no,
most of the time,
it should be a partnership.
It is a partnership. It is a partnership. But
well,
what
why
I'm
do
saying,
you get the bigger piece of the pie then?
So what should I do? You tell me.
Well, I can't tell you what you should do. I know what I would.
Tell me what you would do.
I would do. I would try to keep the co-ownership 50-50 all the way down the middle. That's all I'm saying.
So you're
I
saying
would try to keep it all the way 50.
You're saying vet bills, all of this stuff, vet bills.
It's a way to level it out. Like if you take care of vet bills, and I know you're a showing person, so you're going to show the dog. If you show the dog, then I'll take care of vet bills. If you show the dog, then I'll make sure the dog eats every month. But when it comes to, so I think those are the small parts of the puzzle, and I think people can easily work those out. I think the bigger part of the puzzle comes into play when the litter drops.
Exactly.
Or if you go into a high value stud, you're talking about thousands of dollars.
So all right, since you're talking about thousands of dollars, right? Now, if this is a female that I could have kept myself and I could have made all of the money versus letting somebody co-own it, splitting the first litter, then signing it over to them, I think that's a deal. First off, you're getting into, and a lot of people and a lot of other people would think it's a deal too, because after I sign this female over to you, you got two breedings to complete with this dog without me. You know, all I'm asking for is one. The first litter is a split litter. I think that's fair. Because now you got a dog now that's worth $8,000, $10,000, whatever, just whatever.
And you end up paying $30,000 for her.
What other person? Yeah. No, you're not paying $30,000 for it.
When I split the litters to you,
you're making it like that. You're making it like it's a $30,000 because it's really not, because they're making that money too. So while I'm making a certain amount, it's not like that person's not making money too that they wouldn't have made before. So let's make this exactly. Let's make this a beautiful partnership where, you know, I gave you a dog. All I'm asking for is a split litter. You're gonna take care of this dog regardless, 100%, like you're taking care of it if I sign these papers over to you after the first litter. So it's really like, you know, you're making. And this is another thing. Everybody can't make that. Everybody can't make that bag. Everybody can't make that bag for these puppies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't get the same price as the next person is making for these puppies. So if I'm telling you, look, I can make this money for this. I can make $30,000. We could take this money, or I can make $40,000. You can take 20,000. I could take 20,000. You'll have this dog now for yourself after this litter, and it seems like it's a pretty good a deal when a person. So I look for people. I don't look for people that got it right. I look for people that got a good home, but that really don't have that money to spend $8,000 to spend on a dog, but they need a way into the game. Okay, I'm gonna give you a way into the game. You could take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? You could take it or leave it. You know.
So I'm weighing on it. I'm weighing on it a lot. And so here's the situation I'm in. I've been in the game coming up on a year. So a lot of the ways that things have been done, I'm glad that I don't fall into doing business as the way it's always been done. And also it's a double-edged sword where I don't understand how business has always been done. So I can come in with a clean perspective and say, hey, man, I don't like that. Let's do it this way. And that could be an issue. Or somebody could say, yeah, maybe the old way can use some updating. But it's not an agreement that would interest me.
if somebody would ask me, look, man, all right, man, I like the deal, but I want you to go 50-50 with me on everything with the dog, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to go 50-50 with everything with you with the dog. Only thing I will go 50-50 with you with the dog is the stud. And when it's time to do the breeding with the vet bills, when it comes to C-section and progesterone tests, I'll go half with you on that. But as far as the dogs, the vet bills, as far as like taking the dog to the something that you're responsible, you should be responsible to do for yourself and not me, because I got like 7-8 dogs. Why, if I'm putting you, I could have keep the dog. To be honest with you, if I got 7-8 dogs, what's 9 dogs? That's just basically
everybody. You're gonna have to come into a co-owned situation where the perceived value is seen the same way, because I don't see it the same way. I just don't see the perceived value being equal in that deal. Where granted, there's a person that, it's a great opportunity for them to come up where they didn't have, but I just don't think it's fair. So whenever I do things.
So you say 50-50 all the way. That's the only way you'll do a co-ownership. No,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it has to be 50-50 like all of the way, but if I gotta pay into the co-own, then yeah, I want it 50-50. If you're gonna hand me a dog for a co-own, I'll do all of that shit you're talking. Excuse me. I'll do everything you're talking about if you put the dog in my hands for free.
This is a grown folks channel, okay. Bro. You good, man. You all right.
I'll do. If you put the dog in my hands, I will do it all. I'll split 2 breeds with you. You ain't never got to sign the dog over to me. We can split 4 breeds. But if I got to buy into it, I'm not looking at the value as the same anymore.
You see that up there? I've seen that too.
What if you bought the pup and the person BS with the papers and still try to add more money to the paper?
I've seen it.
All right.
I've seen that happen too, man. It's bullshit.
So this goes back to the contract talk. This goes back to the contract talk. What's your contract talking about? And I'm glad it's tied back into the contract. What's your contract talking about? Did you agree? Did y'all lock in the price? Was it just verbal? And if y'all ain't got no legal intent, at the end of the day, bro, you are at the mercy of the person that owns the papers. And that's just the end of the story. You're at the mercy of the person that owns the dog.
You're the main person that should want a contract because you're at a disadvantage.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because whoever has the papers, you're assed out, man. Even if you're a co-owner on it, man, you're kind of in a certain position, but get a contract written out, man, about the papers, about if you fulfill this obligation, you get to have the dog outright own the dog. I had co-owned Shots Fired. When I first bought it, I put the money down because I was just getting into the bully game. I
think males are easier to deal with than women, though. You ain't got to worry about a split litter. Like, it's almost black and white when you're dealing with the male. It's like, he's gonna do this on the stud. We're gonna pay for this, and then whoever's booking Shots Fired, they're paying for everything. They're gonna pay to have them pulled in, shipped. You got to take a 10-15 minute drive to the vet. It's almost impossible to lose on a male co-own.
Damn right, it's almost impossible to lose unless you co-owning that male with somebody.
With a sucker.
If I co-own a male with somebody, I don't want half of the money that they're making off of stud credits. You know what I'm saying? I just want my my samples when I need it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so let me ask you this. So if you're co-owning a male with somebody, how long do you get to get free credits to that male?
If I'm giving the dog for free, if they're giving the dog, if I'm placing her, give me. I don't want to hear you tell me no about no.
Yeah, forever. If they gotta buy into the dog, how long?
It depends on how much they paying into the dog and how much the dog's worth. Then we can work it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I just did the same thing, right? I wanted to sell a dog for a certain price. They didn't have that certain price. The price that they was offering was very negotiable. So I said, okay, I'll take that plus 5 stud credits. They said, bet.
Bro, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
What I'm saying?
That's totally different than the females talk, man.
Right.
That
but
makes
see,
big sense.
But listen, where I differ from a lot of people when it comes to this, when it comes to the females, is that I'm only asking for one split litter, while there's a lot of people that ask for a split litter second pick, or there's a lot of people that continue to ask for split litters. You know what I'm saying?
Throughout the
I'm
life.
giving you, yeah, but I'm giving you this. I'm basically want one split litter, and you have 2 more breedings, and I'll actually help you. I actually help you sell the puppies that you're trying to help you promote, because that's a female that I produce. I will actually help you promote. I will actually help you promote these puppies. You know what I'm saying? So you could get that bag like we got it before, depending on if the stud makes sense. If you pick a whack stud, I'm not going to help you out. Period. I'm gonna let
But
you
I mean,
know that
y'all
that's
have
not
to
the right
agree on
stud.
it, though, right? Y'all
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
let
to
you
agree on that anyway.
No, if I sign, no. If I do one breeding with this dog and sign it over to you, and then ensure you that I'll help you to, help you push your litters, whatever breedings that you have, that's on you. We don't have to agree on anything no more, because we already had that one split litter. You know what I'm saying? So now you do your other breeding. If it's a good breeding, if we sit down and I say, yeah, that's a really good breeding, do that. If you do that breeding, I'm excited, because that's a female I produced anyway that I wanted to keep. You champ her out, you grand champ her. If you see my Facebook, I promote almost all of everything that I produce. Dogs that are produced from a female in a litter that I produced. I really, put them people out there.
So you're how you gonna value your contract when it comes to a co-own? It's gonna be weighted differently based on the person you're co-owning with and what they plan to do with that dog. You're gonna give somebody, you coming from a show background and caring about that show world, you're gonna give somebody a better look on a co-own if they say, bro, I'm hitting up all the shows I could possibly hit. You're gonna give that person a better contract than you would the person who says, I'm keeping her in the house. She's gonna be a family dog.
Yes, I definitely would.
Okay.
Yes, I definitely would, because I'm in this game for my legacy. I'm in this game for my legacy. I want people to, when they look at Duval Bullies or my name, I want them to know me to be known by winning and producing winners, producing grand champions, producing champions, producing females that are above the norm. That's what and it's a lot of hard work. I mean, I feel like I'm blessed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No. Finish it. No. You're about to say something more important than me.
I'm blessed. I feel like I'm blessed to be in a position that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? To have the team behind me that I have. To have the blood that I'm working with. Look at fucking World Star, Demon Boy. I'm talking about up close. Dax. We have Waffle House. We have Masterpiece. We got Click Eye. We got so much blood. We got so much blood, so much blood, and within our yard, within our camp, to where we can put together this stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is not blessed to have that. So when I look at somebody that's hungry,
more people are not blessed with that type of support in camp than that are. I can't name 5 other teams that support each other the way that y'all do, and I can't name another team that support each other the way that y'all do and hit shows like that. There's some people out here supporting people and pushing, dogs in the backyard. I don't want to call them backyard dogs. Good quality dogs, tools to contribute to somebody's program. But the dog themselves can't hit the show, and they got great team, they got great support. But I haven't seen like nobody do it together. Like, y'all, let's promote these dogs and let's hit these shows. I can't take my dog. You take my dog. You can't take your dog next week. I'm showing up. Not just one of y'all show up. We all can show up. We pulling up. Skirt, jump out. What's going on? Everybody jumping out with the, with their matching shirts. They here. And they not, they not just competing. They dropping Frenchies on the doggone floor too. And taking best of shows. But like, I don't know if y'all seen it, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all got a good team for sure. Definitely a blessing.
Thank you so much. And I realized that blessing by watching other camps, fail. I realize every day, I see camps that cool 1 month, and the next month, you talking about each other's family members, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that we got a tight team, but where I was going with that was that I know everybody isn't blessed with that. And I know there's a lot of people who I talk to on a daily basis that want something like that. So when I see a person and I do offer them that, I feel like I'm blessing them. Because first off, it's a first pick female that I'm not talking about no second pick. I'm talking about a bitch that I'm gonna keep.
Okay.
I'm not talking about no bitch that is a second pick. I'm looking at this bitch like
as we get into the conversation, you're sweetening the pot. You're sweetening the pot a little bit more.
All right, listen what I'm saying. No, I said this before. Yeah, I don't think you heard you.
Right,
I think you just heard it was. Oh man, this is a fucked up deal, man. I'm not hearing nothing else about this shit.
Even at the end of the day, I still don't think the deal is messed up. I just don't think it's an even deal. It's not
right. It's not gonna be even deal because it's not. What's presented isn't even, because these people can't come up with this money. But I know this dog's going to a perfect house. I know this dog's gonna go to somebody that's gonna push him. But you know what? I'm gonna work with them, even if you have to pay me my part on when the puppies come here. I'll even work with you like that. When the puppies drop, even a year and a half from now, we can write it down on a contract. You could give me my end on the back end. I'll even do that if I see the person's 100%, like you said, if they'll put that DL, that photocopy of that DL down, even I might need their mama's DL too. You know what I'm saying? I might need mama's DL too, because I feel like I'm bringing more to the table. It's a partnership, but then you have people who can cook. But then you have that person that's gonna back them with the whole fucking storefront with all the equipment in the store. You know what I'm saying?
Essentially, do you look at it as the co-own can happen with any other recipient, but the co-own don't happen without you? Period. Point blank. You can find somebody to replace the homeowner.
No, I don't feel because I'd keep the dog myself. If I'm looking at that one specific person, I'm looking at, it's not a whole wide range of people who I'm looking at.
Okay, I got you.
The dog. I'm not just searching for people to get a deal on. That's what I'm not doing. I'm looking for a person who's hungry, just like I am, that doesn't have the yard or doesn't have the tools that to make it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna present them with a deal. The cook, I'm gonna present them with the storefront. I'm gonna present them with all the equipment that they need to do their cooking with. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna take all of the money. I'm a work with. Yeah, I'll take piece by piece, but you can work you can work your way into this.
You're gonna get it though.
You're gonna get it. You just gonna have to work your way back into this because you see where you're at right now. You know what I'm presenting. Now, when you come up after this first breeding, you there now. Even before that, you showing this bitch, you doing that, you co-owner turn, you're still doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying about go ahead. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about splitting the bill. That makes sense. I understand that. But
it gotta be reasonable, it can't be ticky-tacky where I gotta call you every single day or you gotta call me every single day. Look, man, I just bought a chew toy for 50 cents. I'm gonna need a quarter. No, that's not gonna work.
This is basically the contract I wrote. I'm giving you freedom. I'm a co-owner. This is your dog. This is your dog.
After that first breed.
No, I'm a co-owner. This is your dog. I'm co-owner, but you can't do anything without me signing it. You know what I'm saying? This is
are you co-own on the contract or on the contract
and the
ABKC papers?
Both.
So you're all right. So neither one of y'all can move without the other.
Exactly. So nobody's fucking over nobody. You know, I'm not looking over to fuck nobody over. I'm looking to.
Yeah.
What I want to do. I want to be. Not necessarily like the. That's a bad. I don't want to say puffy. I want to say whatever good producer. Like Dr. Dre. You know, I want to put on the Ice Cube. I want to put on the Eminem. Like I want to do that.
You're essentially trying to be a godfather in this game.
Just what my music. Just what my music. And my music is these dogs. My beats is these dogs. So if you want to be that show goer, the lyricist, I'm gonna provide you with the all that you need to make it. You don't have it like that. You just rapping on the street corner. You feel what I'm saying? So now I want to take you in group.
But you see something though. You see something to pull that person off the corner though.
I see something special in you. I see something in you. That's the only way I would want to co-own anything from my house. Because what I'm doing some legacy shit. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm in the game. So, you know,
you're definitely piecing the puzzle together in a different light. I don't know if I wasn't listening. I think I was, but I'm getting more background information.
I can sell this dog
in your goals.
I can listen. I got like, say if I wanted to co-own
Shots.
Pup Smoke. You call my female. Pup Smoke, the female that I just produced, Pup Smoke.
And
I got three offers of $10,000 for her. I got two offers of $15,000 for her, right? And I turned all of them down because, first off, that ain't enough money. That's not enough money, all right? Because I'm gonna do one breeding with her, and that I'm gonna surpass that regardless if it turns out right. If everything goes right, I'm banking on her having, you know, doing way better than that when it comes to breeding. You know, so I could have co-owned her. You know, and I would expect the same thing, like I'm telling you now, from her. I wouldn't want all this bullshit and all this extravagant. Like, nah, it's somebody that I see special. Let's work on this contract. Let's get this down. Let's get this verbiage right, and let's go.
And hit the show. Hit the show. You gotta hit the show. So that we can keep that echelon.
That's the only way you're gonna make it. I'm a teacher. Listen,
I feel like that too, man. I don't.
So if I'm calling a dog with you, right, and you're just getting in the game, what I'm giving you is more valuable than anything else because I'm gonna teach you how to promote. I'm gonna teach you how to post. I'm gonna teach you about algorithms of the social media. I'm gonna mentor you. I'm a mentor you. I'm gonna give you the game so you can I'm gonna give you the same things that I was given so I could make so I made it in the game so you could make it.
It's no mentors in this game for new
so you should be actually paying me more money.
I don't know. I walked in here with enough bread to buy the dog that I want.
I'm saying? Money can't buy you money. I've seen people with a lot of money come in this game and go broke.
Right. I can believe that 100%. I'm on my way.
Yeah. There's more ways than one to make it in this game, and this money ain't shit. You know.
Right. I 100%.
It's how you put that. It's how you put that money together.
So the mentors, right? Man, I know we all over the place, man.
Go ahead, man. Listen, man. Do your thing, man.
The mentors in the game, man. They are, at least for me, there hasn't been any for me, and I don't pick and choose like, oh, this person doing something or they got it popping or their name ring bells or nothing like that because knowledge is knowledge, no matter who it comes from. You know, are you going to receive the message? But the thing is, I don't know if the world is moving too fast in the bully game because of the internet and the amount of access that you have to people. So people just, let me just, you know, how many people going to reach out for a mentor or how many people can be a mentee? It just happens. It just moves fast, bro. And
man,
let me say this. You don't pick a mentor. A mentor finds you. I'm trying to tell you.
I believe your mentor can be somebody that don't even know they're mentoring you.
Can you
You're
hear
good, man.
my
No, you're
dog
good. You're
scratching
good.
up?
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You
Enough.
you don't know like you could somebody could be watching. I could be mentoring somebody and not know it. They could
True.
be watching everything that I'm doing. You know, and the thing is, you have to know what you're looking at. See, some people don't even know what they're looking at when they're watching things. You know, everybody, you could watch a certain play on a sport, and everybody's going to take something different away from that play. Everybody's not going to break it down the same way or digest it the same way you're breaking it down. You know, some people think a headpiece is more important than, you know, structure, you know, because they just don't know.
That's where
But
the mentor
if
comes into
if
play.
they're reading post, if they reading, it's like write a post, and I get aggravated about something, and I'm educating somebody about structure over everything. That's what you need. That's where I'm mentoring. I'm not picking somebody that I'm mentoring. I'm just putting out the truth so everybody can hear it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't look at that like a mentor. I just look at it like you're giving a free game.
I've had somebody that I followed. I'm not going to say his name because they ended up turning up to be a big scam artist, but I watched everything they did. I was implementing things in my life that they was doing.
You feel like that person mentored you, or you just utilized what
by
they
his
put
actions?
out?
By his actions, yeah, because he put it out there for it to be.
That ain't gonna do it for me. If you're a mentor to me, I need to be able to get you on the phone.
I believe that.
Like we need a personal connection if you're gonna mentor me. You know, it gotta be bigger than.
I agree with you.
I mean, I could pick up a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot of free game out here to pick up on and, you know, piece it together how you want. If you got a mentor, he's going to be moving in a certain way, putting together a pad a certain way that you're not about to put all of that on the internet. You're going to say, hey, look, you see this on this third generation on the top side with this dog and the second generation on the bottom side? This is going to do that. And you know what I mean? And you've been in it long enough to have the experience to say, we've seen what happens when these bloods mix. We've seen what happened when this type of line meets this type of dog. We know the angulation that we're gonna get. You know, you have that experience that you can literally give it to somebody.
Mentorship is the guidance provided by a mentor, especially an experienced person in a company or educational institution. So like I said, a teacher can be your mentor, but you don't have their number. You know, you just go to school and you by their actions, they give you that want to, you know, they give you that meaning of to wake up and to do a certain thing, to come to school, you know, because I'm coming to this school for this teacher, no other teacher. That I know some kids that if it wasn't for a certain subject or teacher, they wouldn't even have went to school.
Very true.
You know, so it's a teacher that grabbed their mind to actually to take their little small class within that hour to last through the day within 8 hours. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like a mentor could be anybody, could be somebody that you're learning from. What's his name? Not Timberlake. What's your boy name that makes the beats for
Timberland?
You know, he has a mentorship program. He doesn't even know these people. It's just it's videos where they're learning how to make beats, and that's basically how they're learning. You know what I'm saying? People look up to them. You know, I don't know, man. I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree with you. Somebody that I want you to show me.
I want you to show me your way.
Right. I want to know things that nobody else knows that I know that you taught me.
And that's a part of a legacy too, where, you know what I mean? Like, there's 1,000,001 karate instructors out there, but there's only one Mr. Miyagi and Daniel's son and what they did as a pair. You know what I mean?
There's only a few of them that actually know the death fingers. There's only a few of them that know how to hit you in your back. Bop, bop, bop. And your ass gonna die in like 10 minutes.
Right. You know, I can't. I watched him do it. I can do it now. No, I can't. No, I saw him kill somebody with it. I know how to. No, teach me. So, you know, just man, I feel like it's a shortage of it out there. You know, especially when you start going into the tiers of the more successful the person is in the bully game, the busier they are. The less likelihood that they have to actually pour into somebody, depending on, is that glass half empty? Is it all the way empty? I gotta put, you know, a lot of resources into getting this person up to speed, or do I just need to give them 2 or 3 jewels? So, you know, it's kind of hard to find that.
I'm gonna give you another reason why it's hard to find mentors. A lot of people who's learning, they'll hear it one way and they'll do it a whole nother way. Yeah. So it goes both ways. You know, there's a lot of the people
that goes back to that time, man. Why are you wasting your time?
There's a lot of people that are mentors that are feel like they wasting their time. So the next hungry dude that's coming behind is kind of. I don't look at life like that. I look at it as, if this person fucks up, they fuck up,
right? You
know, and if it's so on and so forth. But it just seems like there's just a lot of fuck ups. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you're gonna give each one 100%.
I treat everybody the same. I treat everybody like they're my kennel partners. You know, I give everybody that respect. I give everybody that love and my time. If I have time to give you, I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna give it to you properly. You know, I don't feel like I'm really a mentor. I just feel like, I don't know, like, you know, people ask me stuff, you know, I give them
you can be, you definitely can be. Whether you feel like it or not, you can be. Like, do you feel that your advice or your opinions carry weight?
I feel to my kennel partners I have.
No, I'm talking about to the bully game. To the bully game as a whole. Do you feel like your words carry weight?
Look at what we're doing right now. Look at you know, the podcast is before. I've made hundreds of lives before this, even before this podcast, that I've made on diets. I feel like I had the game by the throat when it came to that in the bully world, because there wasn't too many people that were actually educated on the proper way of feeding their dogs.
I know the first time I came across you or your videos was a discussion on open pie mitra when I was early into the game. And one of my issues with the bully world, at least the people I see that's kind of getting in around the time I've been in, let's say a year, maybe 2 years, is, bro, there's a lack of motherfuckers that want to study. Like, why y'all don't want to read? This information is here. What do you mean you don't know what this means, or you don't know what that means, or you haven't learned the difference between genotype and phenotype? It's at your fucking fingertip. You're on the phone right now on Facebook. If this is something that you're truly interested in, and if it's a passion of yours, why aren't you learning?
Because everybody's passionate on their own plane. Like, you're on a different plane of reality than the next person that come in. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people don't. You know, this is life.
That bothers me.
This is the bully game. Yeah, this is the bully game, but it's just life. It's like everyday life, man. There's people that do this in every walk of life, man. You know, it's people that's gonna squander off learning opportunities, money, all kind of stuff, friendships, all kind of stuff in regular everyday life. You know, just them coming into the dog game is just an extra lane for them to fuck up, like they've done everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's either this dog game is going to teach you to do better or want better, or it's going to teach you just to not give a fuck and do what you want anyway. Because that's just how it is. That's how people are.
I am not going to ask you a question that is open information, publicly sourced on the internet. I'm not going to ask you because I've already found it. But when I'm looking and I'm searching and I can't get to something, I know that the answer to this question might be experience, and that's something I don't have. Let me get to somebody that has the answer with experience. I don't like when people ask public source information. I don't like that.
Well, you could learn public source information that could be wrong. Everything that's on Google is not right.
Very
so
true.
You could come to me and say, "Listen, man, I heard this," and you come at me like it's right, and I'm be like, "Nah, bro." Like, oh, you can't get like. I had an argument with this one raw. This is how I'm telling you. People don't educate themselves. Even I've been feeding my dog raw for 35 years.
Right, they can't do no wrong.
So hold up. That means you're above being wrong, because I was telling her I give my dogs garlic 2 to 3 times a week, right? Garlic is poisonous, and she's giving me all kind of articles. But I'm like, man, I'm a critical reader. I'm a critical thinker, and I'm like, man, it says it could, if. Look at these words that, man, look at these that she got offended like I was making her like she was dumb. So then I started bringing articles that shows the active ingredient in garlic is acetylene, which is the same thing in antibacterial medication.
So you got to be
actually get.
You cannot be above humbling yourself to a new information, though.
Right.
Even if it goes against your traditional thought pattern or your traditional belief, you can never be above the opportunity to learn, though.
Right, and you can never be above keeping it civil with ignorant people, because it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that.
Yeah,
it's hard to do that. Because if you look at they're lowering you to their vibration. Because
okay, we're talking about frequencies now.
They're lowering you to their vibrations when they're feeding it to you. It's just up to you to say, you know what, I know I'm right, but I want this person to get it. If you understand psychology, you understand if you start disrespecting people and if you start belittling them, they will shut down. They will literally shut down, and whatever you're saying is right to them will not penetrate the guard that they put up. So you kind of baby them. It seems like babying them, in a way,
for them to get level, man. That's
for them to get it.
What you're saying right now is a high level of thinking, though. You're breaking down a conversation to a psychological level. A lot of people not gonna even be able to process that. Oh, it's you offend me, I offend you, you offend me, I offend you. Not that, okay, this is what's happening. Like you have an out-of-body experience to say, all right, I understand what's happening. Let me maneuver my way in this conversation.
You've read
have I read it? No, I have not.
So in the Kabbalah, it says something about, when giving knowledge is not to throw pearls into a pig slop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to feed babies.
Like you're greater than thou. Like,
right.
Don't do that.
No, don't throw the pearls into the pig slop, because all the pigs are going to do is trample all over it. They're not going to get any kind of it
means nothing to them.
Nah, it doesn't. They're going to eat it. They're going to shit it out. They're going to step all over it. It means nothing. So basically when you see an ignorant person, don't engage with them. And, just like, don't share that knowledge with them. But some people, on the other hand, the Kabbalah says feed babies baby food. Don't give them the meat. Don't give them that steak. They're not ready for that yet. So how you break those guards down is you got to kind of treat these people like babies, man. You know, that's because that's really how they are. They're babies coming into what you're giving them. You know, it's just basic psychology. So you're trying to break these walls down so they don't, not even break them
It's
down
basic
before
for
they even
you.
put it up.
It's basic to you.
Right.
It's basic to you. But you know, that might be a category to somebody else where it's at least digested at a baby food level.
Right. So no,
Because
I had to break it down. I had to tell her, like, look, I had to break it down to her. Acillin is in your anti-fungal and antibacterial medication that you get it from the doctor. Acillin is in garlic. It's the active ingredient in garlic. After you crush it and leave it for 15 minutes, it's the same active ingredient. The only difference is that you're taking the fillers out of it and you're giving your dog the whole. And she was like, wow, I didn't look at it like that. So I was like,
I've been trying to tell you that. I've been trying to say that. I've been trying to say that.
But right. I had to break it down. I had to break it down to a lower form for her to actually get it. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get everybody like that.
But
so,
if she was open to hearing you from the beginning, then it would have.
Yeah, we would have had to go through this
from
dance.
The beginning. Right, should have been enlightened from the beginning.
But everybody's not with that. So that's what I was getting at. Where you were saying that you can't stand how some people get basic knowledge, because the garlic is basic knowledge. It's right there for people to have. But you know, you have some people that so stuck on that they know it and that they got it, that they're above reproach or that they're above being educated. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I believe there's it could be an A or B, just like how you say with the co-ownership. You know, you wouldn't do it because you don't
somebody else
agree with it. But on the other hand, there's somebody else might do it. You know.
Yeah, and I can see the value in it. I can see the value in it both ways. I can literally see the value in it both ways.
I'm not in it, like I said, just for the money. I do want to get paid. I don't want to. I'm not doing this for free.
That whole narrative of, I don't like that conversation either.
I know. People act like you shouldn't be doing this for money,
bro. But it is what
it's a business. It's a business, man.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like, and most of the people, like you be in breeder groups talking about that. You're not in pet home groups. You're in breeding groups. Talking about you shouldn't be breeding. Why ain't none of your dogs fixed? You're not giving away free puppies.
Sure ain't. You sure?
So you know,
that's definitely a conversation for another day. But these contracts, man, people in this game, I've seen the turn in this game, and like I said, when I seen your post, I had to have you on to spread the knowledge on it.
Appreciate it.
Like if there's anybody that's watching this or that watch this on the back end, hit Mr. Ray Wilson up. Mr. Ray Wilson will take his time and help you out, man. There's not enough people in this game like that. Just like he said, there's not enough mentors in this game to give knowledge. This man has been doing this for years, and best believe you're gonna be my mentor, man. You're gonna be my mentor when it comes to this contract stuff,
bro.
It's definitely gonna lean on you.
It's easy stuff.
I'm gonna lean on you for this, man, and you can lean on me for whatever you need to. You know, I got you, man. This is what I'm here for. I do it with everybody. So if you hit me up, anybody hits me up and say, "What do you think about this breeding?" Is that being a mentor? If you could hit me up at any time, and
I would say so, because that's a direct personal thing. You know, that's going to change how that person is.
So I'm a mentor. I'm a mentor to hundreds of people.
Yeah,
literally hundreds of people.
Yeah, you're directly influencing how they move and make decisions.
I mean, I hope, like, you know, I'm not trying to give anybody the. I was about to say it just flash. I know breeders that will give you the wrong information just to fuck your whole shit up. Yeah, I've seen it happen. Dog, I've seen it happen. I've seen breeders that are so-called mentors to people under them and keep them under their fucking thumb. They don't rise up from under. You know when they rise up, when they get in the beef, and he leaves that person, and they fucking blow up after that. I've seen it.
You've been around long enough. I'm sure, man.
I've been around long enough to see a lot of shit.
Right.
You know, but I haven't seen it all. I don't know it all. You know, I'm still learning a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning so much. 6 years is a good enough time, but it's 6 years is a time where you should be hitting your stride now in this bully game.
If you get in this joint and you feel like you know it all, then I really think at that point that's when
it trips me out. It trips me out when people think that they're gonna do this game for 2-3 years and they're gonna be above everybody. There's no way it's gonna happen. There's no way that's gonna happen. It didn't even happen for me, and I have a certain amount of blood. I have certain blood in my yard. You know what I'm saying? It takes around 5 to 6 years just to establish your bloodline, just to show people what you're doing, just to show people
a level of consistency.
Exactly. You don't show consistency in just 2-3 years. That doesn't happen. 5-6 years, 7-8 years. That's consistency. You know what I'm saying? But you know how people say, "Oh, I've been in a relationship for 2 or 3 years, honey. Oh, I love her so much."
Yeah.
And the people that've been together for 30 years, they're looking at each other like, "You remember we was like that?"
Right.
We was kissing each other every minute, But it's not like that no more, because we know it's more than that in a relationship than just kissy, showing the whole world that we love each other. It's more than that. But now I just wanted to thank you for coming on, man, about the contracts, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Is there anything else you want to say about the issue before you jump off? Is there anything that's on your brain that you didn't get to say while we've been here discussing this that you would like to say right now to the people?
I mean, when it comes to the contracts, man, I really want people to know that it doesn't have to be no super big language, or you don't have to write like a lawyer, and you don't have to speak like a doctor. Just make it straight to the point. If it can be done in one sentence, do it in one sentence. It's really that simple. And the best way to approach this type of stuff is to be able to answer direct questions. So if people got direct questions about it, that fits their situation, their circumstance, then I'm willing to, help people as best as I can. And at the end of the day, I tell you, I'm not a lawyer, but I can help you with, formulating your contracts. Two of the biggest things that I see people lacking when it comes to writing contracts, and I pretty much see this in just about every contract in the dog game and almost outside of the dog game. One of those being a statement that basically says the intent of purpose of the contract, which is this document is intended to be a legally binding contract. You should always have that in a contract. And then the second thing that I always see people lacking in a contract is a state or jurisdiction that governs your contract. If you ever do have to go to court, that's a one sentence thing. This contract is legally binding in the state of Rhode Island, if that's what you want to do. In the state of Virginia, So if that's how you want to go about that, you definitely want to do that, because if me and you got into a contract dispute and your contract did not have a state that was governing the contract, I would subpoena you to my state. Because I'm not trying to go flying and increasing fees to go to where you live so that we can hash this out. The moment I see we got an issue and then your contract does not have a governing state, I'm immediately subpoenaing you to Virginia.
So I'm putting that in my contract today. What did you just say? This contract is legally binding in the state of Rhode Island.
Right, or governed by laws of Rhode Island.
This contract is governed by laws in the state of Rhode Island.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be something that simple, and it ain't got to be long. Just let people know that legally we going to court in Rhode Island.
Right. You ain't. I got you.
Right, because if I see it and I got an issue, we going to court in Virginia. You coming straight down here, and I'm gonna subpoena you right away.
Right.
Yeah, those are two things I really want people to get. Make sure you got legal intent in your contract, and make sure that you have a governing state for your contract.
And the contract has to be fair, because you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you go to court, that's the judge's job. The judge's job is to make sure everything is fair. You know, people don't understand court.
Reasonable.
Yeah, people don't understand court. You know, and if you don't understand law, it's not their fault. They don't care about that shit. Because
don't do business. Don't do business with a 17-year-old. You know, I know you can get in this dog game however you want, but legally, that's not an adult, and that person has no grounds to go into a contract and agreement with another adult. So if you're working with a 17-year-old in this game who happens to be in this game, may have been in the game his whole life, make sure you do contracts through the parent and not that person. Don't go into contracts with people that are inebriated. That contract will never stand up.
So all they have to do is say, "Listen, man, I was kind of tipsy."
No. You gotta be like some proof. No, it gotta be like some proof behind that.
Oh, like he was in his bar. We look at us.
Yeah, something like that.
Look at the beer in my hand, Your Honor.
It got to be something like that. You know, we closed this deal 3. Yeah, we did this New Year's Eve at 3 a.m. All right, that's probably not a good idea. But competency, that's one of the things. Are you going into contract with somebody that's competent enough? You know, people got disabilities, intellectual, developmental disabilities. You know, if you know somebody's not all there, but you know, can somewhat keep up with you, but you see that there's something lacking, you're probably not going to stand up. That person goes to court with you, and they'll probably be found unfit. They'll have a psychological evaluation. They might be found unfit to you know, go into a contract negotiation with someone because they're not competent enough.
Wow.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I definitely know what you mean. There's a lot of moving parts with these contracts, man. This is not something that you're going to just get in this one show. You're going to have to sit down and educate yourself. There's a lot of platforms where you can gain this knowledge, man, and there's a lot of books out there that you can read to help you get this knowledge that this brother is taking his time out of his busy day to come on here and to present to y'all. I seen this man put out a post on a board that has like 30,000 people, maybe 20,000 people. It didn't get no play. It really didn't get no play, and that's sad.
Maybe like 8, 9.
That is fucking sad, man. You know what I'm saying? But then you got these people that will post up, yo, I got this female for stud. I need a stud. I got this female that's in heat today, right now, that's coming in the heat that I need a stud. And you will have 300-400 comments on that with dogs on there. But when you have a brother coming on there to teach you how to protect yourself, to protect the other person so they'll feel comfortable doing business with you, you ain't getting no play with that, man.
You know,
that's why I had to have you on here. That's why I had to have you. Like I said, if I was simulcasting, we'd have way more interactions right now. So this is sort of my fault. This will get play days after. People will start hitting you up days after. You'll notice people will start sending you friend requests and all kind of crazy shit days after this, man.
My biggest issue is anytime I've tried to do business, when people find out that contracts, acquisitions is like something that I do professionally, they almost don't want to do business with me because they feel like I know how to legally get over on them.
They on that bullshit.
Yeah, no,
That's how
I mean,
feel, man.
they be like, then they just they feel disadvantaged, so it's like, I don't want to really go into a contract.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna put it out there. It's mostly our people that do that dumb shit, man. It's mostly our people that's you don't have to say it. I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, though.
It's mostly our people that have this, and I understand it, man, because I understand it, but I don't agree with it because it's this powers that be against us. They feel like law is literally against them since our people been through the shit end of it. They feel like a simple contract is basically, they look at it as a symbol of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a shackle.
Definitely a shackle. Definitely a shackle, man.
I had somebody that had a situation, and I was giving them some contract help. They was gonna make a pretty, good deal. So that was not something I was doing for free. But they was like, "What you want?" I was like, "I see what you're about to do with this. Don't worry about it right now. I'll do this for you up front, and then we can take care of ours on the back end, and we can have our own agreement." It was like, "Wait, on the back end? No, that sounds like you up to something. No, I don't want to do it." I'm like,
here, take this shit, do the deal,
take care of your business.
Exactly. I'm giving you that freedom to do it. I'm giving you the freedom to not
business.
Yo, these people are a trip, man.
Like, I'm like, I see what you're doing. I don't want to charge you what I would charge you up front. I will take a percentage that's going to end up being lower than what I would charge you to do this. But I see the longevity.
As soon as you say back end, that's just kryptonite.
They really think you about to back end them for real, for real. No. I'm not back ending you, bro. But that's what they think.
Like it's sad. It's sad that I'm not gonna say it. I've done a lot of business with brothers and sisters, and I had to say I have a contract. I have a contract that I'm gonna need you to look over. Instead of them saying, "Yo, do you have a contract for your stud?" I'm not saying that we're the only race of people that do that, because I've had like Asian. They don't give a fuck about the contract. Right. I think they're just excited that they're gonna do. I guess what they feel is a monumental breeding, that everything else goes out of the wind. That you could say anything like, "I want your firstborn." Come
and get him. Come and get him. Come and get him.
Yeah. Okay. Send the contract.
Yeah, but nah, man. I will not do a breeding because there's a lack of a contract. I don't care. You name your favorite stud. I'll pass up on them if the contract ain't right. Or if I see this, and I say, can we negotiate that term? No, it's non-negotiable. Thank you. Like, for me, it's not non-negotiable for me. It's that's what I consider. Are they deal breakers? That's what you got to come down to when you say is it a deal breaker?
I've had people, because on my contract for shots fired, I got two. See that? 2 puppies is considered, is constituted as a litter, right? Mm-hmm. Some people agree with it. Some people hit me up and say, "Yo, man, I don't agree with that 2 pups. Can you make it 3?" I haven't had problems with shot fired. I've had one breeding where he had 1 puppy, and that's because something happened at customs in Canada and all this crazy stuff, and they had 1 puppy. But they're breeding, they're running it back.
But how hard is it? How hard is it for a stud owner to run it back when the person's done?
Not hard at all.
Do you lose anything running it back?
No, you don't. You don't. Only a person who's greedy feels like that they're missing something, and
they pay for the collection and shipping again, right?
I would tell you what I do on a consistent basis. I allow the owner of the female to switch the female without paying another stud credit or paying a deposit or doing anything like that. Oh, you want to change the bitch? What does she look like?
That should be normal.
Okay, yeah.
That should be a norm.
Go ahead.
That should be a norm, bro. That should be a norm.
I'm not sending 2 shipments of semen you know, for the female right here and the female right there. It's still one shipment of semen. You know, it might be closer or further from this date, but I mean, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's a female. I know people that will say, "Fuck no, we signed this contract." Which you're the contract man. If we signed a contract and this female, it says this female's name, that person who drafted the contract can hold that person to that, and it's legally binding. Right. But morally, this is the big difference between being a business person and being immoral, because so you could separate the two. It can easily be separated in business. And there's some people that hold the two together, you know, business and morality and being moral, you know. And some people will say fuck nah, and they're not legally wrong, but they're morally wrong. I feel like they're morally wrong.
You will never do business with them again.
Now, I know a big time stud owner that will tell you it's this female. If you try to change it, you're gonna have to pay over again because we signed this contract. And people, you know,
So when I see things like that, so that's when you need like a little more than basic contract knowledge when you're dealing with something like that. Now you need to know terms like force majeure. You know, is something happening outside of your power? Because if my bitch dies, how the fuck can I use her, bro? And I'm not signing another contract. I'm not.
I have it in my contract. If there's a death to the female, then the contract is null and void. But
that person's out of a deposit now.
I will work. On the back end, I will work with that stud owner if they have a new bitch. I even asked, I've had this dude. I did business like this before. Fine, your bitch died. Cool. Find somebody you know that got an American bully female that's nice, that don't have the money to breed to a shots fired. You already have the stud credit. Split the litter, get the female. I'll give you a discount on the next breeding that you want to do on a year, 2-3 years from now. I'll give you a discount. I'll give you a 25% discount.
Yeah, that's good though.
You know, I try to work with people because you can work outside the barriers of the contract. It just takes the two parties to get together and do so.
Yeah. And you can always write a new contract to supersede a previously existing contract.
Right. Basically tearing this shit up.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Basically, the legal way is saying is let's tear this shit up and let's work on something new that's going to benefit the both of us, because obviously you're on your moral compass and I'm on my moral compass, and let's work this out.
Yeah. I would write, I would say this contract supersedes the contract with the last date signed on it. So if you happen to not tear your copy and you think that you can whip it out, no, sir. We said that this holds precedent.
Exactly. Like I got a settlement going on. Like I had a wrongful termination.
Ooh.
I had a wrongful termination because I tore ligaments in my ankle on the job and they fired me.
Yeah.
That's definitely. Yeah,
I know how that goes. Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah. So
one day on the worker compensation bucket.
Oh yeah, but I'm right now. We're doing legalities right now for the wrongful termination right now.
But I mean, I don't want to go into it too much. I had paid though.
Yeah, I had them with the tactics that this company does. Is when you sign your tender for your contract for your payment for your workman's compensation, they put verbiage in there basically saying that you're passing up any other legal actions that you have against them.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I ain't no dummy. I was reading.
And a lot of companies, what they do is they what do they call the word? Arbitration, which is basically them saying we got to do this with our lawyers without the court system. Any dispute you have basically goes through our company. We'll bring in our paid lawyer to adjudicate our dispute. you know you're gonna lose that arbitration.
Right. That, but basically, I'm glad I read that and I kind of understood. And I was like, hell no. So I had my lawyer reach out to them and change the verb, and had my lawyer change the verbiage to say, look, put in there that that you understand that there's a open case in Superior Court for wrongful termination. As long as you put that, my lawyer was saying, as long as they put that in there, understanding that there's nothing that they can try to shoot at that, basically saying
to
they're giving up their rights. Yeah. So that's what they did. And you know what? They fired that lawyer after he did it.
Was it their lawyer?
It was their lawyer.
From their arbitration.
He switched the verbiage up in there.
Yeah, because he's probably
that was a law on my side. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably gonna cost them more money than he makes.
So just by him doing that, helped me go further with this case. So the new lawyer, I guess, I know he didn't read it, because in the interrogatories, it said, what makes you think that you are owed anything else after you went through your workers' compensation? You signed this. Oh yeah, okay. Go look at what this said on line so and so, and paragraph so and so. Go look at what that says. That's screwed, man.
And your lawyer came back and was like, my bad.
Huh?
Your lawyer came back and was like, my bad, bro.
Yeah, but that was my workman compensation lawyer. That wasn't the lawyer that I have now. Even the lawyer that
he still worked for them. The workers' comp lawyer. He's on the company side?
No, he was on my side. He helped me out.
Oh, okay.
He was my lawyer, the workman compensation lawyer, the lawyer I had to help me get my payment. Basically told them, hell no. He might.
I got you.
This. You take this language out, carve that out, and you put this in there. That he has a case. You understand that he has a case in Superior Court. So.
So you're talking about a situation where contracts got somebody out of. Look at that.
I've helped a lot of people like when you get into the 609, like I help people with disputes with I used to help people with disputes with the credit bureaus. Like, I understand that there's the 3 credit bureaus, and now there's 5 other credit bureaus underneath that gives those 3 credit bureaus their information, and you can freeze all 5 of those and then dispute through the see. And
they got 30 days to respond, and they be so busy, bro. They be dropping them left and right because they can't get back to you, and the burden of proof is on them too.
Yeah, right. But when they can't,
that's information, though, man.
I have a lot of knowledge on a lot of things, man. I don't know who I was in a past life. I don't know if I was like a traveler or one of my true Moorish ancestors that was a traveler. That was a person that looked at knowledge and tried to get as much knowledge as they could. That's how I am right now, man. I try to pass it along. I can see that's the way you are too, brother. Like the information that you have is just bursting out of you, that you wanted everybody else to get it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's not like that, man. We dealing with a lot of retards and dummies, man. We dealing with a lot of crackhead babies, man. Pill popping babies, man. That's in this game, man. Everybody's not as intelligent as we are, and it's not going to soak up this knowledge. It's just going to be a selected few because everybody's not meant to get it.
That's the troubling part to me, man. Like, I don't have to use this to get money out of people, man. It's provided a pretty good life for me already doing this. Like, I don't have to suck it out of every angle. You know what I mean? Like, the government paid me well to do it, enough to start my own business. So I don't have to suck it out of everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When you get something a certain way and from a certain place, it almost feels like wrong to have so much more, to the point that it's like, man, I gotta start giving this shit back. I don't feel right having it.
Man, it just cut from a different cloth, man. It's just cut from a different cloth because I feel the same way. I don't feel that yeah, I don't feel that people really really appreciate it, even when you give it to them. But that can't stop you from giving it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
When you don't
100%.
feel appreciated enough. You know what I'm saying? Because people really appreciate it because they're taking that knowledge that they learned, especially if it helped them. They're giving it to the next person. It's work. It's working how you want it to work. It's just a lot of times we don't see it working like that.
Right.
Because we wanted to move a certain way. Where if
Yeah,
you're
in
considered
a certain
perfectionist,
time too.
yeah, but everybody ain't on the same reality uh that you're on. I might not be on the same reality that you're on. You might not be on the same reality that
Right.
I'm on. So when we're working
Can we relate though?
when we're working with business, you got some people that come into a spot that don't even know how much money they got in their pockets. You're asking them to deal with verbiage on a contract. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
when what we're trying to say is, and I know what you're trying to say, and I heard you say it earlier, that a contract doesn't have to be all elegant words and stuff like that. It could be straight
Write it
up.
with crayon if you want to.
Hell yeah. Bad penmanship and everything. As long as we can
Yeah.
understand what it says and the two signatures under it, it shouldn't be no problem. As long as the judge can look at it and both parties can say, "Oh yeah, that's what it says right there." Then I mean, it really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't matter what the contract really says.
Right.
It shouldn't matter what it says.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter what it's written on. It could be written on a napkin. You know, but as long as both parties agree to what's put down,
Mhm.
then it shouldn't be no problem.
Yeah. Legally binding at that point, man. It doesn't. Don't make it
So,
fancy.
so I mean, I know we've been on here for a minute
Very
longer
true.
than I know you say you had a few things to do, man. So
Mhm.
before you I let you go, man, do you want to give anybody your Instagram and your Facebook feed so they can reach out
Yeah,
to you?
check Facebook. I'm more active on Facebook and Instagram. I don't engage too much in the messengers on Instagram because honestly, I really have not learned how to work that thing, and I don't like the interface of it. So y'all gonna have to catch me on Facebook. DCB Ray Wilson. The way you see it right there written on the bottom of the screen for me. That's where you can find me at. Shoot me anything, man. Just say, hey, saw you on Joel's show. Had a question about a contract. You can shoot me the question. You can shoot me the contract. Whatever it is, I'll do my best to answer you. And shameless plug. I'm hosting a dog show in Virginia, sanctioned ABKC for a show. So I kind of got that going on right now. If I can't get back to you right away, that's doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. Just give me some time. Give me some time, and I'll definitely try to answer your question because 9 times out of 10, if the question is straightforward, then I can give you a straightforward answer and we can make it fast.
All right.
Come to the show, Joe. I want to see you in
Where is
Virginia,
it?
August
Man,
28th.
I've been kind of chilling, man. Honestly, man, since these puppies, man,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I've been really chilling, man, because I kind of want to do this for another show, but I might as well just fuck it. I feel like Shots Fired kind of I would
What you
say
finna
ran its
say?
course. I would say ran its course in the ABKC. I'm gonna try to show him in other registries other than the ABKC because I just feel like he's ran his course, man, there, man, and I don't think he's appreciated enough, to be honest with you, man, there.
By the powers. Ah, man, let me figure out how to ask my question.
Just leave
By
it like that. Just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what, I
A lot
seen
of
him in
things that a lot
person.
of yeah.
I seen him on person, and I did what I had to do after seeing him.
Hey man, I appreciate it, but uh, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a, I'm I that's not a discouraging thing to me. It's more of a motivational thing to me. So when I come back, it's I don't know. It's just
He's accomplished a lot.
yeah, yeah, definitely he's accomplished a lot. He's definitely accomplished a lot, man. But you know, I'm not gonna really put it out there. It's, things I hear.
The
Other
pendulum
people
is
say to
swinging.
me, the bully game is a small community. So just understand what you say to one person is a lot of people can't keep things to themselves, man. When they're told something, from somebody that's like higher upper, they feel like they're gonna have to say something to somebody. They can't hold that to themselves. Just a few things came back to me, man, about my dog. But it's cool, what I'm saying? I'm going back to the drawing board and I'm gonna do what I got to do to bring something that's bigger and better. So I'm not gonna go to I'm gonna go to a different registry with shots fired. Right now it's the BRC, and I have a champion run to go with him there. And I'm gonna go on my champion run with shots fired at the BRC. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and I'm gonna jump back on here, man. And I'm gonna make sure this shit's on Facebook, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a live for that, man. So I'm gonna try to
For
figure it
that?
out. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I gotta say, man. You just sparked me. I'll just a fire inside of me to say it, man. And I'm gonna just say what I need to say, man.
I want to tune in to that. Let me know when.
I'm gonna do that in the next 10 minutes, brother.
I'll be there.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man. Mr. Ray Wilson, man, for coming on here, man, and shedding so much knowledge, man. I know we didn't get into it. When I get this thing figured out, I think I just have to pay a $20 fee, man, to get it to simulcast. And as soon as I do that, I'm gonna have you back on. You're gonna be one of my first guests back on, and let's do this Tuesday next week.
Yeah, if we do it again, man. If we do it
so
again,
you can have something more.
I'll give you a sample contract to give to all of your people.
Awesome. Send it to me so I can actually put it up there, and we can go through certain things, especially let's have a few contracts. Have a stud.
I can't have a co-on. That is very in depth.
So let's talk about the co-on. Let's go in depth about figure out the most important things, the 3 most important things on a co-ownership, and figure that out. And we'll come back to the public, man. We'll give them that knowledge, man.
Hey, before you jump off here, though, bro, let me thank you, man. I appreciate you, what you're doing in the game, how you're promoting the dog, how you're promoting the show side of the dog. I know some people out here that don't show. If you don't show, you don't matter. So I appreciate how you are pushing that show side, man. Thank you.
Hey, man. Hey, I want to thank you because, man, a lot of people don't get this shit, man. And like you say, you're aggravated. I'm aggravated too. That's why I had you on because, and I'm sorry for not having this set up right, man. It's just something I got to pay real quick. I'm gonna have that all situated. And we're going to come on Tuesday, man. We're going to blow this thing out of the water so everybody can get this knowledge, man. And I think I did a disservice to the people, man, by doing it like this. I should have went straight to Facebook, but there's more people that this is going to reach on YouTube on the back end versus people watching it right now. All right. So I'll
take care, bro.
Brother, man. All right, man. Be easy, fam.
Will do.
All right. Yep. So I'm gonna go on. I like to thank Mr. Wilson again, man, for coming on. A lot of people don't get it, man. These people that I have on here is to help the bully community. Now I'm not asking for nothing for nobody, man. I'm actually trying to give back, man, because this game is lovely, man. There's a lot of love in this game, man, but there's ugly in this game too. And we're here to show you how to walk through that, how to not get played, because a lot of things that people do in this game or in the bully world gives it a black eye. Gives it a black eye, man. But we're the ice. We're the ice for you, man. We're that ice that you can put on that black eye. We can alleviate the pain and the swelling, man. That's what we're here for. We can't, and the people that's in the game, man, ain't gotten the black eyes yet, man. We're here so you can duck, bob, and weave them punches, so you don't get them black eyes and busted lips. But you know what? It happens in this game. It happens in this game, man. And you just gotta learn how to navigate through it. A lot of things happened to me in this dog game that I had to learn how to navigate, me and my wife. We've had some crazy stuff happen to us in this game. And we had to learn how to bounce back from losses. We've had to learn how to navigate through drama. A lot of it I didn't go through very well. A lot of it I, went head on like a damn animal. So I like to thank everybody. I like to thank again Mr. Ray Wilson for coming up on here for talking about contracts. We're going to have him back on here on Tuesday when I can actually simulcast the right way. So y'all have a wonderful night and y'all stay blessed, all right?
Oh, it's always, look. I eat beats, watch me dining, shining. I illuminate the rooms that I'm in, timing. Low-key ain't more crucial than alignment. That's why the flow is intertwined with both and I'm defiling every beat I'm on, even though I know it's wrong to treat rappers like a napkin after I pissed on commodes. Then I wipe what's on the toilet, can't decipher if you know that my life is tied to giving hoodlums life despite the hoes that their sights are fixed upon and give them pipe out of control. But the plight we abide in has almost wiped our frontal lobe of our heritage. Rare kids like me who grew up savage, they got embarrassed when they went to their partner crib and seen they mattress had a bed frame. Shout out to those who told me Toby was a pet name. Toby Chuku Dubem Weekwe is my correct name. Praise God for follies of my colleagues that embody everything I overcame, blowing that ganji to suppress pain. Oh, but I was weak though, so on occasion purple haze would keep me warmer than a peacoat. Debo shouldn't be what you portray when you placebo, but now my flow the cheat code, every bar is worth a kilo, ooh. Every bar is worth a kilo, ooh. Every bar is worth a kilo, ooh. Tobe Chuku Dubem Weekwe is my correct name.
Yeah, look, hit the ground running like a halfback. Okay. Mad black, P365 in my knapsack. Okay. Blast that, all who tried to harm me, I don't scrap that. I dropped 2 kids and I still snap back. Yeah, had to have these girls don't think my pen dead. Hard to sleep on me like a twin bed. Was broke, now I ball like a skinhead. You only get one shot, that's what Slim said. I only had one wish, worth the Ray J to vacate. Anything that gave way to poverty. You could tell I move with sovereignty. Obviously, I'm an anomaly. Every bar I spit a novelty. We don't ride the wave, we create it. This how we made it to Beyonce playlist. Toby used to have some more big faces. But now we got a crib with open spaces. And I got a crib with open faces. Fuck on basic. Been influenced by the city with the spaceships. Never going back to the gray ship or the spaceship. I'm about to be on the first name basis with Beyonce. Yeah, I'm about to be on the first name basis with Beyonce.
Went from boys to men, word to Wanye. Whole hood screaming, Toad, don't go Kanye. H-Time Texas with the flow, doing grind day. One to the bubble quaggy on your head is what my mom say. Gorilla on the beat, I go Harambe. Stacey Adams head to toe on my prom day. 2 kids, life wilder than Deontay. Boy, dog trying to get a verse from Andre. Coach Bombay, I done been with Mighty Ducks. But my baby mama swan, Aphrodite done. If it's an issue, pack a pistol, keep it tightly tucked. Cause they'll try to early dismiss you on your nightly run. Or your daily run. Either way, it's tragedy. Please don't try to take my life, that's a catastrophe. On my soul, ain't no hoe in my anatomy. And I put it on everything like Tony Sashery.